What's up, guys? It's your boy Barca Boy 103. Today we're gonna be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past week or so. I've not done one of these videos in a very long time since we played the Super Cup and the Copa del Rey and La Liga. There's been no time, but now we got some time, and boy oh boy do we have some juicy topics to discuss. We have about 14 days left of the transfer window, and things are heating up for Barcelona. Memphis Depay has requested to leave the club during this transfer window. He's made it clear to Xavi and the board that he wants an exit, and Atletico Madrid are very interested in order for him to place the outgoing already Joao Felix. Barcelona looking at some options. They have Joaquin Correa. Aubameyang was on the table, but not anymore. Carrasco. There's so many options that Barcelona can do to swap either Memphis or let him go directly and sign a direct replacement. But it's very clear, Xavi's made it very clear as well, that Memphis will not leave without a replacement. We also have an update on free agent signings this summer in Marcus Thuram and Youssoufa Moukoko, and also another player who could be leaving Barcelona this January transfer window is Franck, Kessie, as Barcelona have offered him to Inter Milan in a swap deal involving Marcelo, Brozovic, and also the Barcelona are happy to swap Memphis Depay and Brozovic as well, although you will be losing an attacker for a midfielder. Everything right now is on the table. We'll discuss all those news in details, and also a big contract renewal update on Alejandro Balde. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get to 200 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. And also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, before we get into the video, this video is sponsored by Number 1 Foot. Number 1 Foot is one of the best replica football jersey websites on the market. They have fantastic qualities at fantastic prices. I ordered some the other day, and I got the treble winning jersey for Barcelona in the 14-15 season. The quality is absolutely unreal at a fantastic price. Look at the badge on the jersey. It is fantastic. You have the Nike logo as well, looking brilliant. It has the right tags, the right size, the right material, and it's at a fantastic price. And on their website, they do have the new Barcelona kit for this season with the Spotify logo. You can pick what badge you want on the sleeve, La Liga, Champions League. You can pick whatever number you want, whatever name you want on the back as well. And again, the material is absolutely unreal. Here I have the 2007 Champions League kit for Barcelona. As you can see, it has the UNICEF logo, the Nike, the Barcelona badge with the Camp Nou name around it. And if you use the discount code BOY at checkout, you do get 15% off your final order. That is BOY. Use it at checkout, 15% off, and all orders over $80 get free shipping as well. So go down below, top link in the description, and get your new football kit today. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past week or so. Now, the biggest news around Barcelona, of course, has been the fact that Memphis Depay has requested to leave the club in the final few days of the January transfer window. Fabrizio Romano has come out saying that Memphis Depay has decided to leave Barcelona this January to try a new experience if all goes to plan. Memphis is open to joining Atletico Madrid. However, nothing is agreed between all parties. So he wants to leave, but of course the club have to give the final say-so or not. But let's now discuss the rumors around Memphis, where he's been linked to, and what possible operations the club are considering. First one, of course, the main one is Atletico Madrid. Fabrizio Romano came out saying negotiations continue between Atletico Madrid and Barcelona. For Memphis Depay, Atletico are now showing strong interest. Memphis will be open to joining Atletico Madrid, but most important part of the negotiation is going to be between Barcelona and Atletico, the two clubs. Matteo Marito from Relivo has come out saying that Barcelona, as of now, are not willing to let Memphis Depay leave Atletico Madrid for free. Moreover, they want to tie up a replacement before letting him leave. The player prefers to stay in Spain rather than moving to England or anywhere else. Now, apparently Barcelona have been offering swap deals with Atletico Madrid and vice versa as well. Gerard Romero has come out saying that when Atletico Madrid officially informed Barcelona of their interest in Memphis Depay, they offered in exchange Thomas Lemar. Barcelona ruled this out. They want only money. Terrible. I mean, we're trading a center forward striker for a left midfielder where we don't need whatsoever. We are absolutely stocked in the winger position. This one would make absolutely no sense. But we also offered in return, Barcelona counter offered a swap deal for Yannick Carrasco. Sport came out saying that Barcelona are willing to send Memphis Depay to Atletico Madrid if Atleti offer Yannick Carrasco in return. Xavi has given his approval to the possible move and will welcome his arrival. Barcelona do like the Belgium a lot. Now this one is a bit more interesting. Now Carrasco, he's a utility forward. He plays basically on the wings and also as a wing back. Can play as number 9, but he's more so of a creative winger, but can also track back and defend well as well. I'd be more open to this, of course. I think as a straight swap, it's a fairly fair deal. They Atletico get what they want, and we also get a good squad player and a good rotation player in return. I'm way more open to this than I am Thomas Lemar, but apparently Atletico Madrid not open to it whatsoever. But Barcelona is pushing for a swap deal of Memphis and Carrasco. Now, Juan Martí from Relevo came out saying that Barcelona have a list of low-cost players as possible replacements for Memphis Depay, but it's not clear how much fair play they will have. Even if an agreement is reached with Atletico Madrid, the priority would be to sign a potent striker. My feeling is that if Barcelona finds X replacement that convinces them, they will do accounts with La Liga on how much they need, and Atletico must pay that amount, and not the other way around, because then Barcelona could end up without a signing and without Memphis as well. So the club, according to Juan Martí, in his opinion, think, look, if we find a replacement, we'll find the cost that we need to do to bring that replacement and make Atletico Madrid pay that fee for Memphis. Yannick from Cope came out saying that Barcelona and Xavi are clear that if a replacement for Memphis Depay does not arrive, the Dutch striker will not leave this month. Again, Xavi has said it now in numerous press conferences. I'm very happy with my squad. I want to keep it the way it is, but if someone does leave, whoever it could be, I need a replacement without a doubt, and that replacement right now is in search for Barcelona. Luis Rojo from Marca came out saying that Barcelona are looking to sign a forward to be ready in case Memphis leaves. The club will only be able to invest 40% of what they release. That is about 2.5 million, since the Dutchman charged about 6 now between the end of the season. So the club only have 40% of the wages that Memphis has to spend on a new striker. Now, over the past 24 hours or 48 hours since the Super Cup win, there has been a new swap deal on the table, not from Atletico Madrid, but from Inter Milan for Joaquin Correa. This is coming in from Gerard Romero, the #1 source around Barcelona. This man was on a phone call with Laporta and Xavi after they won the Super Cup. Crazy. He came out immediately after the Super Cup saying the departure of Memphis Depay to Inter Milan is well advanced. Inter Milan have put Joaquin Correa's name on the table. The final approval from Memphis is still missing. So apparently, according to Romero, Inter Milan said yes, Barcelona have said yes, Joaquin Correa said yes. We're just now waiting for the yes of Memphis. This is a downgrade for Barcelona. I think Memphis is head and shoulders better than Joaquin Correa. I think as a straight swap, we do walk away as the losers in this deal. I think if they offer cash, like, 5 million or a couple million plus Joaquin Correa, I think that's a good deal. But apparently, Xavi does not want that. Having Miguel from AES came out saying that Xavi does not want a swap deal involving Joaquin Correa and Memphis to happen. Now, as of recording, the news right now is that apparently Xavi is open to a Memphis Brozovic swap deal, which we'll talk about Brozovic later on in the video. But he does not want Correa. He does not want him whatsoever. And apparently the negotiation between Inter Milan and Barcelona is not as advanced as Gerard Romero is suggesting. When he is #1 source, so I'm taking his word over everyone else, whether it's having Miguel, sources from Italy, Fabrizio Romano. Everyone's basically saying that, look, Barcelona and Inter Milan are talking, but nothing's concrete. But the clear word right now is that Xavi does not want Correa. The only player that Xavi wants in a swap deal for Memphis Depay is Yannick Carrasco. We'll wait and see how this turns out. I am very, very intrigued. My perspective is, as long as we get a player to replace him, it is what it is. I would love to keep Memphis. Of course, I was a bit advocate for Memphis to come as a free deal a year ago or so. I like Memphis. I think he's a good player. I think he can add a lot to the squad. Doesn't really fit the system quite well. Also, Correa is the same profile as him, so he'd have struggles fitting to Barcelona's system as well. For me, as long as we get a replacement, I'm okay. So we'll have to wait and see how this develops over the next few days. But what's clear right now is that Memphis Depay has decided to leave the Barcelona this month. Of course, the club had to say yes and find an agreement, because the club still has 6 months left on his contract. He's going to leave for free in the summer anyways. The question now is, can Barcelona do something now, get some money, get a swap deal for him? I think that would be good. I think something will happen. I cannot see a player that does not want to staying at Barcelona. Xavi's always said if a player wants to leave, you let him leave. But Xavi does want the right player to replace him. Now, the player that I would pick to replace Memphis Depay, if I could and if it was possible, is the return of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. As soon as Memphis was rumored to leave to go to Atletico Madrid and send in a request to Barcelona to leave the club this month, the Aubameyang rumors are flying. All the Barcelona fans are saying, get him back. He's not playing for Chelsea. Bring him back. He knows what they do. He's even a better replacement off the bench than Memphis is. Get him back. Get him back. We had all these rumors, and then Javi Miguel came out saying the situation of Aubameyang at Chelsea is very complicated at the moment, and the player is ready to return to Barcelona if possible. He has contacted Xavi. His return to the club depends on how the situation of Depay develops. So apparently, once the Memphis said he wanted to leave, Aubameyang called Xavi, hey, I'll come back. I'll earn next to nothing, 10K a week, you name it. I want to come back to Barcelona. And then the news started to pick up. Joan Laporta came out saying that Barcelona have consulted La Liga in the last hours to check the space needed for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in case there is a departure. With the departure of Memphis Depay or Franck, we'll talk about him later on, the arrival of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang could be possible. In the coaching staff, they prefer the exit of Memphis. So apparently we talked to Xavi's coaches, oh, you want to have Memphis as your backup or Aubameyang? They'd all pick Aubameyang, and we're all getting all hyped up at this point. The Romano came out saying that Barcelona would love to bring back Aubameyang, but only if it's on a free transfer and on different salary terms that he is currently on. Chelsea, of course, 300K a week. Cannot afford that whatsoever. And only Memphis Depay, who Atletico wants, leaves as well. Aubameyang cannot play for any other club than Barcelona or Chelsea this season. So that's what we thought. We thought that, oh, you can only be registered, according to FIFA rules, you can only be registered twice in a season for 2 different clubs. Of course, Aubameyang started off the season with Rayo Vallecano. He came on, played a few minutes, then went to Chelsea. So you cannot go to another club. He can't go to Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG. He can only go back to Barcelona or stay at Chelsea. But that's unfortunately what we thought. The news is coming out saying that if Aubameyang does leave Chelsea this month, he'll only be eligible to play for Barcelona this season. He played a few minutes against Rayo Vallecano before moving to Chelsea, and as per FIFA regulations, a player can only play for a maximum of 2 clubs in a single season. So according to FIFA rules, Aubameyang can indeed come back to Barcelona, but according to La Liga RFEF rules, he cannot. Juan Marti came out saying that La Liga confirms that Aubameyang cannot return to Barcelona this January transfer window. According to Barcelona, there was never a real case. We have not made any move for Aubameyang, is what the club said. And apparently Aubameyang cannot legally return to Barcelona this season because according to FIFA and also RFEF rules, a player cannot be registered 3 times in the same season. So apparently in La Liga, you cannot unregister a player and then register them back in the same season. So once we unregistered Aubameyang and sell him to Chelsea, we cannot register him, of course, until the summer. So if he did not play against Rayo Vallecano, this all would have been possible. I think honestly, if he did not play against Rayo Vallecano, this deal with Memphis leaving and Aubameyang coming in would have already happened by now. But with him getting minutes against Rayo Vallecano on the first match day of La Liga, he cannot come back to Barcelona this window, which means the dream is dead. I would have absolutely loved the return of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, but unfortunately, it's not meant to be. Now, along with Carrasco and Joaquin Correa and also Aubameyang, the club have been linked with other forwards as well to possibly come in and replace Memphis in January, or maybe even coming in the summer. The first one, a new name that we haven't seen in a while, is Marcus Thuram. This is coming in from Martinez Mundo Deportivo. He's come out saying that Barcelona have Marcus Thuram, who is free in July, on their agenda. They have watched him often. He had very good reports on him, but Barcelona, of course, cannot make an investment right now. Other clubs like Chelsea and Inter Milan are also interested. And then we got reports from Sport 1 in Germany saying that Barcelona, Chelsea, and Inter are all in the race to sign Marcus Thuram, who will be a free agent in June. Chelsea are trying to sign him right now in January. Thuram wants to stay at Gladbach until the summer, but things can change quickly. So if we don't get the next player that we talk about, I think Marcus Thuram could be a good backup option. It's a risk, of course. Can he, fill the boots of Lewandowski when he leaves Barcelona either next summer, not next summer, the summer after that, or the summer after that? It's difficult, but he is, firing from Mönchengladbach. He did very well for France as well for qualification for the World Cup in the Nations League, and also a little bit in the World Cup as well. He'll be free, but for me, and I think for you as well, the main target from the Bundesliga in this record department that we want is, of course, Youssoufa Moukoko. Now, Sport 1 have come out saying that Newcastle have made a verbal bid for Moukoko, a salary of $9 million per year, and also a $30 million signing bonus. The players wish to actually stay at Dortmund till the end of the season. The parties will talk again in the next few days to find a quick solution. So Newcastle chucking all the money at Moukoko. Not surprised. I'd probably do the same. But of course, hopefully the will of playing for Barcelona, the biggest club in the world, will persuade him to, take a bit less money. Now, we've talked about this for the past few weeks in the December and also now. With Moukoko, his goal is to find or like reach a conclusion on his future by the end of January, either renew with Borussia Dortmund or to leave as a free agent. Dortmund have also said they're going to try to renew his contract in January. If he does not renew his contract in the January transfer window, that's it. He will leave as a free agent. And the sporting director of Borussia Dortmund came out yesterday in the media saying that we have made an important proposal to Youssoufa Moukoko. It is now up to him. We really hope he accepts our bid. He's a really great potential. Otherwise, it means that we will part ways. So Borussia Dortmund over the past 24 hours have submitted their final renewal bid to Moukoko. The question now is, will he accept it or not? If he accepts it, of course, he'll end up staying. If not, he becomes a real option for Barcelona. I think he'll be the number one target for Barcelona this summer, especially in the free agent department. But if he does end up staying, or maybe he chooses Newcastle's bid, or Chelsea chucks a load of money at him, we do have Marcus Thuram as that backup option. But it looks like Barcelona will be signing a free agent from the Bundesliga in the striker department this summer. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past week. Firstly, and only pretty much, is Franck. Kessie. Now, of course, we hinted about him earlier on, him and Brozovic in the Joan Laporta report for Memphis Depay. I have no idea why, but the club are kind of offering Kessie here and there and seeing really who bites. I think it's quite, not disrespectful, but a bit odd because, you know, he's only joined the club 6 months ago. He came on a free transfer. He made a sacrifice to join the club. I don't think he's been that bad per se. Of course, he's not getting, you know, game time, all that sort of stuff. I think in the game that he has played, he's not been dreadful. He's not been fantastic. I think he's had some good moments for sure, but he's been pretty much, you know, as you expect. But apparently the club offering him all over the place. Joan Laporta came out saying that Franck Kessie could leave Barcelona just 6 months after his arrival. The club believes that the signing has not been a success and can try and get a fee for the midfielder. So apparently the club not too happy with Franck Kessie's performances and been offering him around, you know, here and there. And one team that has bit on the nibble is Inter Milan. Joan Laporta has come out saying that there are agents that offer to exchange Franck Kessie for Marcelo Brozovic. Kessie right now does not want to leave Barcelona, and Barcelona did not see the operation with bad eyes, believing that Brozovic could be a replacement for Busquets in the short term. Madre mia. Marcelo then confirmed the news about the swap deal, saying that Barcelona have proposed a swap deal to Inter Milan involving Franck Kessie and Marcelo Brozovic. But there haven't been that many concrete developments yet. It largely depends on the will of the two players. Now, we just signed Kessie 6 months ago. I think Brozovic renewed his contract last year, if I'm not mistaken. Worst case scenario, I think at the end of 2021. Apparently, you're going to do a swap deal. Crazy, absolutely crazy. And finally, Romero came out saying that Barcelona and Inter Milan could advance the swap deal involving Franck Kessie and Marcelo Brozovic after the final of the Italian Super Cup, which of course is tomorrow. I would do the swap deal. I think Brozovic fits the system better, and of course he is a good CDM. My only concern is the age. If Brozovic was just like at least 2 years younger, I'd be all over this, but he turns 31 this year, and Kessie I think turns 27 this year, so you have a 4-year difference. I would still do it. I think Brozovic just fits the system way better. He's a short-term replacement. You don't have to go worrying about getting, you know, Zubamendi or Ruben Neves or whatever the case may be. And also, he is very, very good. Apparently at Inter, they see Hakan Çalhanoğlu as a better replacement. They also have Aslan, one of their upcoming midfielders. So apparently this is why they're open to the swap deal, because they want to play Hakan Çalhanoğlu as the DM and then have Barella and Kessie to make that midfield three. I don't think Kessie will say yes to this, though. I think Barcelona have to do a lot of convincing for Kessie. I think that they tell him, look, we don't want you, or Xavi has to say that as well. But I would do the swap deal. I would swap Kessie for Brozovic. I think it is a good deal. I think it does benefit both parties. Inter Milan get a player that they want, and Barcelona get a replacement that they need. But it comes down to really, is Busquets leaving or not? Because if Busquets is not leaving, then you have Nico Gonzalez coming back on loan. You have Pablo Torres still in the framework as well, that needs, you know, a spot in the midfield. Not necessarily saying that Pablo Torres is going to be playing in the pivot, but I think that also plays a factor as well. Getting, you know, swapping for Brozovic is basically a big, huge slap in the face to Nico. But again, it depends on if Busquets is staying or not. I would get a hint from Busquets before I do this, so I'll be like, yo, Busquets, what are you thinking, man? You want to stay? You know, you want another year? One more victory lap for the lads? See what he says. But, like, I think if everyone says yes, I think the club will do it 100%. Kessie says, yeah, I'm down. Brozovic says, yeah, I'll run it. Inter Milan's like, yeah, we're good. I think Barcelona will say yes for sure. So, watch this space. There could be some, you know, swap deal happening here for Barcelona in the final, 13 to 12 days of the transfer window. You have maybe Memphis going to Inter or Atletico Madrid. Kessie could be swapped around as well. So, not, you know, money involved, no transfers or sale, just swapping players to maybe improve the squad for Barcelona, and I think this would be a big upgrade on the squad. Now, along with Franck, another player over the past month who has not been getting that many minutes is Eric Garcia. There were reports coming out saying that Barcelona will listen to offers, that Barcelona put him on the market, they want to sell him, they want to loan him, all this sort of stuff. But then Gabriel Sanz from Deportivo came out saying that Eric Garcia only has in mind playing for Barcelona and does not consider leaving permanently or on loan as of today, despite the fact that he's not been having the expected journey in the first team that he expected. I think Eric Garcia is a good player. I think he just needs a bit of confidence, and also right now, Christensen, Araujo, and Koundé are just head and shoulders clear of him, and that's a reality. We love competition at Barcelona. No doubt in my mind he'll play this Thursday against Ciotat in the Copa del Rey and hopefully does impress. I think Eric Garcia has big talent. I think he has big potential. I think alongside Piqué, during when we signed him for free in the summer of 2021, he was probably our best center back. I think he has huge potential. I think Xavi likes him as well. I don't see this happening unless Eric Garcia himself pushes for the move, whether it's a permanent or loan. I would keep him. I think he's a good squad player and also can, you know, fill a void for Christensen, Araujo, or Koundé if they, God forbid, get injured. Well, so we'll wait and see on this. I think this will be happening in the summer. Cannot see this happening in January whatsoever. But Eric Garcia could potentially be leaving Barcelona if his playing time from now to the end of the season does not increase. Another Spanish defender at Barcelona who also has not been getting that much game time is Hector Bellerin, where his former club, you know, last season, Real Betis, are considering his return. Again, Gabriel Sanz from Deportivo came out saying that Bellerin is aware of Betis' interest in him and is assessing his departure. Barcelona and Xavi have doubts about Betis as they aren't really in a position to pay a fee. His departure wouldn't even help FFP either due to his already low salary. Again, for the entirety of his one-year contract, Bellerin will be earning around 500,000 euros throughout the entire duration, which of course is ridiculous. So his departure will not help us whatsoever in terms of FFP and salary margin and wage bill. It will just be benefiting Real Betis. I mean, if they offer a fee, I'll take it. Obviously, they offer 5 million. You know, if we can squeeze, you know, 5 million a few variables, 8 million a few variables, I'll take that every single day of the week. But again, like Xavi said, for a numerous amount of times in the media, if a player leaves, I want a replacement. Is there a right back on the market right now that we can get on loan or swap Bellerin with? Probably not, unless you want to, you know, massively downgrade. I think Bellerin will end up staying and leaving in the summer on a free deal. Of course, during the Super Cup, the 2 legs against Betis and Real Madrid, he was left out of the squad completely in the stands alongside Pablo Torres. So that tells you where Xavi sees him in the pecking order at Barcelona. But like Eric Garcia, we will see him play this Thursday in the Copa del Rey against Ciotat, and hopefully he can put in a strong performance and hopefully try to push for a first team spot against, you know, Koundé, Araujo, and even Sergio Roberto. Let's now discuss some contract renewal updates around Barcelona. I was going to say the first team, but this is not the first team. At least the first one is. And the first one is the contract renewal of Lamine Yamal. Fernando Martinez from Sport has come out saying that first contacts between Barcelona and Lamine Yamal to extend his contract have already taken place. Lemar is carrying out the talks. Things are moving calmly. He can sign a new deal, of course, when he turns 16 in July. So the club's plan is very simple from now until July. Get the terms, get the conditions ready, and then once he turns 16, bada bing, bada boom, you put pen and paper on that professional contract. The club cannot stop talking about Lamine Yamal in the media. You have Romano tweeting about him. You have other journalists saying that he's the next big thing, the next jewel of La Masia. The club are very, very heavily invested in Lamine Yamal. And I think in preseason in the summer, he will be, of course, called up. And that'll be his first big opportunity in the first team to try and, you know, impress Xavi, the fans, and even maybe the other players. Of course, in the Copa del Rey, you'd love to see him, but again, we have too much cover in the first team. Like our front three on Thursday will probably be like what, Memphis, Franck, and Ansu, because they all need minutes. If one of them was injured, for example, then you can maybe have Lamine Yamal get his chance. But with, you know, too many everyone's fit, thank God for that. There's not really opportunity for him to play this season, but we'll definitely see him in preseason, and he does have a huge future ahead of him, hopefully at Barcelona. And the final contract renewal update is on the contract renewal of Alejandro Balde, who currently is the #1 priority for Barcelona in terms of the renewal category. Luis Rojo from Marca has come out saying that Barcelona are accelerating Alejandro Balde's contract renewal. The talks are very advanced, but not completely closed quite yet. A meeting with Jorge Mendes is scheduled after the Supercopa, where they will try to reach a total agreement. After that final, boy oh boy, do we need to sign him up. Listen. The ceiling of Alejandro Balde, I cannot describe to you how big it is. This is a man who's played in the Clásico in a Super Cup final and bossed it. Absolutely bossed it. Go on Twitter, type in Alejandro Balde compilation from the Super Cup, watch it, and you will see how good of a player he is. The speed, the tenaciousness of him, the passing, the dribbling. You know, it's like the mold. It's the definition of what you want to see in a Barcelona left back. And hopefully we can get this renewal over the line. I have no doubt about that. Laporta came out saying that he wants to renew him. Balde's come on the media numerous amount of times, especially over with Spain during the World Cup, saying that he wants to renew. He wants to stay. He's a culé. I have no doubt in my mind this renewal will happen. Again, the question at the moment is when. Let's now discuss some of the news surrounding Barcelona over the past week or so. Now, I think around the club, you know, inside the boardroom, one of the craziest news stories has to be on your boy Matheus Fernandes. I never thought I'd hear this name again. Now, of course, I think 2 summers ago, when Laporta's first summer as the president, when Messi left in 2021, we did terminate the contract of Matheus Fernandes. Of course, he had a long-term deal that gave him Bartomeu, and he was sat on, you know, like what, 60, 70K a week. Apparently his wages were increasing every single season, so the club terminated it without, you know, his consent, in the sense that they didn't inform him, they didn't let him know. Just out of nowhere, released an official statement releasing and terminating his contract, and he apparently found out when he was at home. Straight after Matheus Fernandes, he sued Barcelona, and he won. Garcia come out saying that Barcelona had to pay 8.5 million euros to Matheus Fernandes for the unfair termination of his contract as per the Justice Board. Bartomeu coming back to bite us right in the arse every single time as per. It's coming like an annual thing now. We're on a good run now. We're all happy. Another Bartomeu coming in, just right us in the face. It's, what can I say? It's ridiculous. I mean, Bartomeu said that he was going to be the next Busquets replacement, or was it Abidal, or freaking someone from that board said that, and look where we are now. We're ordered to pay him 8.5 million. He cost us, I think, like what, 12 million in total with variables and the fee and his wages and all that bullshit. Fuck, another 18 on top. I think as a total, altogether, fee, wages, variables, agents, this you know, fine. Matheus Fernandes has cost Barcelona 20 million euros. Bartomeu should be paying that, you know? Fork up the 8.5 million. He's out here talking in the media. Oh, I didn't let Messi go. Right off, you. Like, this is just stupid shit, man. I'm sick and tired of this Bartomeu mistakes coming back and bites in the arse every single month. You know, it's fucking ridiculous. But it is what it is. Barcelona have to pay Matheus Fernandes, you know, what's it called? Pain and suffering fees after his termination 2 summers ago. And now Barcelona have to pay 8.5 million euros. But that's good, because you know what? We got some income coming in. That's right. For winning the Spanish Super Cup, Barcelona got 12 million euros. Garcia came out saying that Barcelona has received 12 million euros as a result of winning and participating in the Supercopa de España. So we get, I think, 8 million for just, you know, taking part of it, traveling, promoting it, all that sort of stuff, playing the game against Betis. You get another extra 2 million for reaching the final, which we did. Then another 2 million for winning it. Get in, cash back. That's going straight to freaking Matheus Fernandes, man. So Laporta said that we need to earn 26 million euros based on non-calculations. I think at the beginning of the season, the club did predict that we were going to win the Super Cup, so that was already in the calculation. So this 12 million cannot go to the 26 million that we need to balance FFP and the salary margin and all that sort of stuff. So not only do we have the 26 million euros that we need to balance FFP and the salary margin and fair play, we also have that 18.5 million that paid to Matheus Fernandes. We get some revenue in, going straight to the Brazilian. It's just the day Bartomeu is just in jail will be the happiest day of my life. Well, hopefully that one day will happen. But again, it's ridiculous. Another Bartomeu mistake coming to, you know, haunt us. But hey, we get some revenue coming in slowly but surely, though. I have no doubt in my mind that Barcelona will be healthy financially. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is on the fact that Barcelona are planning on suing La Liga. This is coming in from Mundo Deportivo and has been confirmed from every other source in Barcelona. They've come out saying that Barcelona have sued La Liga for preventing them from expanding their wage cap by 15%, which the 38 clubs which voted in favor of the CBC deal in 2021 were able to do. Barcelona want equality. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Athletic Club, and Ibiza were against the CBC deal. So, if you signed a CBC deal back in 2021, you got that 200 million euro cash injection, your wage cap was increased 15%, but over the course of the next, 50 years, you gotta fork up like 40 million every single year. Fucking ridiculous. So, the club thinks that's unfair, that, oh, they get to, since they signed the deal, they get 15% wage cap increase, and we don't. That's unfair, that's not equality, we're suing you. So, again, with this 50% increase, by the way, we don't need that 26 million euro to, balance the books and stuff. So this would be absolutely huge for Barcelona if they can pull this off. Hopefully they have a good case. But again, the famous saying, the house always wins. So I'm not very optimistic that Barcelona will win this, legal battle against La Liga. I think Javier Tebas is going to have the documents to back everything up. But I think it will be a very interesting contest nonetheless. But we'll wait and see. Hopefully this can get resolved by June once the summer transfer window opens. But again, if it's going to actual court, this will take like a year or two. But if they can, both parties, when you sue someone, you can negotiate with them to, drop the lawsuit. Hey, just give us a 15%. We'll drop this completely. If they have a good case, have your tenants look at, Barcelona's papers. Like, oh, they probably will win. Now let's just cut the crap and save the money, So wait and see. But Barcelona are planning on suing La Liga in order to increase their wage cap by 15%. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past week or so. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the two main things I want to know is, firstly, Kessie, Brozovic swap deal, or even Memphis swap deal. Would you do it or not? Secondly, on Memphis, what would you do with his exit? Would you just let him go, no replacement? What replacement would you go for? Would you swap him with Joaquin Correa, Carrasco? I want to know what you would do in the imminent future right now in the next 15 days in this transfer window. What would you do with Barcelona? You have one player that wants to leave, one player that can bring you an option. What would you do in those scenarios? And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.